Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So in this video we're going to be looking at Evercade 2024, what else is coming for the rest of the year. We've still to hear about 6 possible carts that will be released this year. So I'm going to speculate a little bit and give you my thoughts on what I think those could be. So let's get started with the video. Okay, so we know what's coming out in July. We've got the Tomb Raider Collection 1 and Thalamus Collection 1, which will release at the end of July, which is just about under 2 months away at the time of this video. Now, I'm a big fan of Tomb Raider, absolutely loved them, played the originals back in the PlayStation, even bought some more on Dreamcast, and probably played them loads of times throughout the years as well, and obviously bought them pretty recently on the Steam platform to play them on the Steam Deck. They were a lot of fun, really cool games. Excellent stuff, and it's great to see games of that calibre actually coming to Evercade. We've also got the Thalamus Collection 1 coming at the end of July. I'm a big fan of creatures and obviously Thalamus themselves. Great stuff. I'm really looking forward to both of these carts. Now, they won't be for everyone, which is fair enough. You have to bear that in mind, but I'm a huge C64 and Thalamus fan, so I cannot wait for that. They will coincide with the release of the new console and handheld, which is the Evercade EXP-R and the Evercade VS-R. Now, there's not a huge amount of changes for both of these. They are just slightly cheaper. We've obviously lost the Capcom games from the EXP-R, and I think we've lost the HDMI out as well. So it's made it a little bit cheaper and maybe a little bit more attractive to get more people on board, which was pretty cool. The VSR is probably not a heck of a lot different to the other VSs that we've seen. Maybe some tweaks here and there, but that's not a lot of differences to me. I don't think there's a lot of point of current sort of people on board Evercade buying that one. Maybe it's quite attractive to buy the new XP, because maybe that battery life will be improved. Time will tell. I'm looking forward to getting one. I'm definitely not getting the VSR, but I've got an EXP-R ordered because I'm pretty sure that that should be a slightly improved model over the old EXP, which, let's be honest, probably wasn't great and had a lot of faults. As much as I love playing my EXP, it has a lot of problems with battery life, and a few other things like light bleeding. So fingers crossed they improve on them. I don't think it's going to be a massive improvement, but any improvement would be much appreciated. Anyway, so that leaves us with the rest of the year. We now know that we are getting Evercade Alpha released in November. We've got the 2 tabletop arcade cabinets that are going to release, Mega Man and Street Fighter. Now, obviously that's not for everyone. That's probably targeting a whole new audience to come on board to Evercade, and obviously maybe buy some more carts in the process. So that leaves us with the rest of the year. We've got 6 more carts that have to be announced, and I'm pretty sure we'll hear some of these announcements very soon. We've obviously got quite a big gap between now and the next releases in July, so I think some of that will be filled with what we're going to see the rest of the year. I think we'll certainly hear about what's coming in September very, very soon. Now, what could that be? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have a little bit of a guesswork here. Now, having recently listened to Mega Cat Studios on the Retro Titans podcast, I don't think we're going to see Mega Cats 3 this year. It's possible we'll see it next year, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. They've got quite a lot of games lined up that could be happening very soon. Hopefully it will be next year. I definitely love my Mega Cats collections that we've seen, and it's been such a long time since the last releases. We definitely need more. Now, what could that be? I actually think we're going to see a Home Computer Heroes Collection 2, probably in September. I was a big fan of the first one. I think it's a fantastic collection. Not a lot of games, to be honest, but some really cool games in there, and I think we'll see another one. But what could be on that? It could be more MSX games. There's certainly a lot of games from Kai Magazine Software. If you look on Antstream, for example, there's quite a lot of games on there on the MSX platform from that software company. Now, we could obviously see a cart just from Kai Magazine Software on its own, but I think it's more likely we'll get maybe 1 or 2 games that should or could appear on Home Computer Heroes 2. I'm not sure what other MSX stuff we could possibly see. I don't think we'll see a lot. We could see a couple more Amiga games pop up there. Stuff like maybe like Turbo Tomato, things like that. But it could be anyone's guess at what we could possibly see. I don't really think the indie scene on Amiga is as thriving as some of the other platforms like C64. I think there's a heck of a lot more happening on that platform than on Amiga. So I'm pretty sure we'd see maybe a few more C64 games. And why not the games from Carlton Handley, who done Millie and Molly, Grid Picks, and Run and Gun. We could see them. I know Thalamus actually purchased the rights to those games, so we could see that in a second Thalamus collection, but this could be more likely they could drop onto a Home Computer Heroes collection too. There's certainly a huge possibility that could happen. We could also see Protovision from C64. There's a lot of indie games from Protovision there. Could they drop onto a Home Computer Heroes collection too, or could we get a collection all on its own from Protovision? There's a lot of cool games that they've released in the last few years on that label. I think they're doing great jobs releasing a lot of cool C64 games that are probably as good or as better than anything you've seen on C64. Some really impressive stuff going on out there. What else could we see? I mean, it's obviously a bit of a stab in the dark. We could see some more Amiga stuff from like Team 17 Collection 2s, Gremlin Collection 2, Bitmap Brothers Collection 2. Probably a very slim chance of any of those actually happening. I would love to see some more Amiga. I was a big fan of Team 17 Collection 1, and I'd love to see another collection. Or I'd like to see quite a lot of different games, but whether we'll see them, maybe we'll see a different publisher altogether. I'm pretty sure that will be September for you. I think there's certainly possibility we'll see some new publishers come on board. Not necessarily in September, we could see them in November. Now, in November, I think it would be crazy not to include some arcade collections to coincide with the release of the Evercade Alpha. I think it would be a big, crazy miss if they actually didn't do this. I'm pretty sure we'll see at least one arcade cart, but I think given the fact that we've got the Evercade Alpha, it would be excellent timing to release 2 arcade carts to coincide with the Alpha. Now, what could that be? Now, I know it's not going to be popular, but we could see another Pico arcade collection. There's still some games out there that Pico have the license for that we could possibly see. I'm not really sure I want to see that, but anyway, we've got Jalico Arcade 2, we could see that. There's a possibility. There's a lot of games on the Jalico label that could make a second collection. What about Ireme 2? Finally, could we get some of those games onto an Evercade cartridge? That would be pretty cool. Or could we see a completely new publisher altogether, something we've not seen yet? Maybe from like SNK, like some Metal Gear Slug games, or could we see Sega come on board? Or could we see Konami? Not entirely sure. A little bit unsure about that one. There is a possibility we could see a Cave collection, which is obviously could be a lot more sort of shoot 'em ups, which would be quite cool. I know a lot of people love their shooters, and Cave have some excellent stuff, and it's high quality shooters, no doubt about it. Not a big fan of those myself, but I know those would be extremely popular if those get released. What else? I'm not sure. We've obviously not seen an awful lot of arcade collections in the past year, which means maybe some of those licensing have dried up, which is probably why we got the Super Pockets, because a lot of these companies maybe don't want to release their games on cartridge, which obviously points to the Super Pockets. And we will probably get more Super Pockets this year. I'm not sure when they will get announced, but I'm pretty confident we'll see at least 2 or 3 Super Pockets throughout or getting released for Christmas time, so you might want to start saving now. What could that be? It could well be more Taito, maybe we'll even get more Capcom, or it'll be some new publishers altogether. Maybe it'll be some a Mortal Kombat collection or something. I'm not entirely sure. It could be anything. Williams, who knows? Anyway, what else could we see? We've got December. That's obviously the big month for Christmas, and I'm pretty sure we'll see something along the lines, if not even bigger than the Tomb Raider collection. I'm pretty surprised they actually didn't release the Tomb Raider collection in December, given the fact that's probably one of the busiest months. So that definitely points to me that there is something bigger coming in December. What could that possibly be? Could we see some dual carts? Could we see just a few carts with 3 games on them? Could we see a Doom collection perhaps? An ID collection with maybe Quake, that type of thing on it? Not sure. I think a Doom collection would probably be seen as bigger than Tomb Raider. I know we've obviously played Doom on everything, but that would still be a pretty big seller and would be very attractive to me. I would buy it anyway. I would absolutely love that. Could we see something else like a Grand Theft Auto collection? Obviously, I touched on this throughout in some of my preview videos. We could see that. Obviously Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 on a collection would be absolutely massive. Could they do that license? I don't know. They probably, I'm sure Rockstar would. Could they be interested? I don't know. They've probably got their mind on Grand Theft Auto 6 at this point. Anyway, what else could it possibly be? It could be anything. Could we see a Metal Gear Solid collection? That would be cool. That would certainly take advantage of the new Giga carts that we have on board with Evercade. But guys, that's really my picks. I'm not entirely sure what else we could see. There's so many things out there that it's hard to say where Blaze's direction is going at times. It is a bit hard to choose. Sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. Let me know, guys, what are you looking forward to most in 2024 and what do you think those 6 carts are going to be? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks very much for watching and we'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.